I'm going to sit here and just hope for the best. Right. Hi. My best friend Yasmin just sent me a song that she was listening to. It sounded gorgeous. 10 years ago. But she was like dancing to it. It's a great intro though, right? Am I right? This is a very saucy music video. And my friend Yasmin was being cute. Okay, girl. Okay, this isn't a reaction video. So I don't know what that was. I will watch that later. Hi. Oh, was that a message from me? Because I know I ain't used to receiving messages. What's this there? Do not disturb, please. Hi again. I don't really know how to start this because I am not a YouTuber, but I have actually watched a fair bit of YouTube in my life. So, you know when you learn things through just watching. I feel like for all the YouTube I've watched in my life, I should have picked up something. So, hopefully. No, never seen that. Hopefully, whatever I'm doing here makes sense. So, my name is Ruth, and this literally was a spur of the moment idea. I've got a bit of backstory to this. So, basically, for the last few years, I've been struggling with my mental health and mental illness. And I'm usually quite proactive about it. I'm a designer. That's my job. Digital designer. It basically means I do like whatever people want me to do. Logos, branding, graphic design. I spend my life on a computer looking at Photoshop and thinking, why are you so annoying? Anyway, so as a designer, I usually use my art to kind of make things about mental health, make things about things I'm passionate about, mental health, Black history, Black Lives Matter, all different kinds of things. And at the beginning of this week, my best friend Yasmin, who gave me that really great song suggestion, she texted me and she was like, oh, don't forget, it's mental health week, mental health awareness week. Like, you usually post something. And I thought to myself, yeah, sure, why not? But also, during this whole quarantine, mental health absolutely rocketed right down to the ground. And when you've lived something for so long and it's no longer mental health week because your life is literally mental health. So instead of seeing it as a week to inform people, I was like, I'm finally in a good place. And yes, I should probably make some content. But you know what? I'm aware, and that's enough. And I was living my life like that, liking my best friend Yasmin's post. You can see link in the description below. Oh my god, pro. But yeah, liking my best friend's post, sharing them. She's great. And I was just kind of living my life, thinking to myself, yeah, mental health awareness week, I'm aware. Other people are making other people aware. That's good enough. And I was just living my life. And yesterday, so it's Friday today, yesterday I received a letter and it had my name on it, and I thought, okay, strange, quarantine, I have friends but no one be sending me letters. And it was my diagnoses for the struggles that I'd had during quarantine. As you can see, it's literally all double-sided. of literally what I was going through at the time. And when things are going good for people usually, or especially for me, I sometimes forget that things were also going pretty crappy. And I sat down and I read through the assessment that the mental health team in Oxford had done for me. And I just thought to myself, Mental Health Awareness Week should be more than just making people aware. I thought to myself, clearly, despite me forgetting, I go through some really shitty times. And what would make me feel better a lot of the time is that when I'm up late at night because I can't sleep, or when I literally feel like locking myself in my room, drawing the blinds, I look for something. It's always like I want someone to be there for me, and oftentimes it's a case of, people are busy, or it's a case of, you don't want to burden people by reaching out, or it's a case of you don't actually want any human interaction, but you do want human interaction. And I just thought to myself, what would make me feel better? So this is a video for anyone who is feeling down, their mental health is maybe not looking as rosy as they'd like it to, this is a video for you. And yeah, it's just a video to kind of talk through everything and just kind of say you're not alone. Because I think a lot of times when I am in a bad space, I kind of sit down and I'm like, okay, this is like the worst, I look at all my friends around me, and I am blessed to have such like beautiful, intelligent, successful people around me, and I look at them and I'm like, but X and Y isn't doing this, and X and Y isn't feeling like this, and you feel quite alone, especially when people haven't personally gone through what you've gone through. It's hard to relate. They're very good at sympathizing, not very good at empathizing, and it's just that slight difference. And I just wanted to say, after I said about a million ands, that cliche as it is, you are not alone. Yeah. So I thought I would just go through kind of what my plan was for my mental health, and kind of suggest a few things that helped me or are helping me. I don't want to sit here and be like, oh, I'm all over it, it's completely gone. Like, I am very aware this is a good week, okay? I'll be having a good week, okay? The sun be shining, I'll be feeling good, I did some exercise, this be a good week for me. I'm very aware that as of tomorrow, I could wake up and it could be a very different story. So I'm not trying to sit here and be like, I figured it out and I've done it and this is what you have to do, because girl, I ain't figuring that out. I'm just healing my life, trying to do the best I can. So yeah, I'm gonna go through my care plan and kind of like talk you through things that have helped me, and maybe they may be able to help you. Or you just want to listen to some rando talk, because I'm good at talking, and sometimes you just need something to just play in the background to make you feel better. Just as a backstory, maybe I'll give it like a briefly. I have, obviously everyone has mental health. Like, I think that's a common misconception. People are like, oh, mental health. Everyone has mental health. You have a mind. Is it healthy? Is it not? I don't know. But, everyone has mental health. Mental illness, that's something that, other people, or how do I put that? That is something that maybe a fraction of people struggle with, but everyone has mental health. So it's very important, I think, for people to just be aware of what is actually going on, even if you are not struggling with it. So, quick backstory to me. I have been diagnosed with a couple of things, but I'm not big on labels, lol. But basically, since I was a child, I had quite bad OCD. It's very funny because with this whole quarantine thing, you know, I personally am very big at, like, I love bleach, I love hand sanitizer, I love cleanliness. And before this whole quarantine thing or COVID-19 started, I just on a weekly basis go into Boots or Superdrug or wherever, and I pick up hand sanitizer. And so for me, when everyone was like, sanitize, or like, oh, we run out of wipes and anti-bac, I was like, girl, I've been stocking that up since I was like 12. You need a wipe? Do you need a wipe? Because I got a wipe, okay? You need disinfectant? Do you need disinfectant? Because I got disinfectant. I got it here. I got it in my bag. I got a spare one over there. You want to go with my boxes? I got some over there. So, yes. COVID-19. Good for my OCD. We'll see. But, yeah. So, that is something I struggled with since I was a young child. And through therapy, I've kind of worked through some of it. It's a lot more, it's something that I can live with, essentially. It's not now affecting my way of life. But when I was 17, I fell in love. It was quite a Taylor Swift love story until it wasn't. And at the end of that relationship, I got myself into a bad mental state. And throughout those years, you know, I was doing things like, you know, skipping school and feeling low quite a lot of the time. And, you know, when pressures would come up with exams, I wouldn't be able to handle it. But nothing I really thought was a big deal. I went on to university, and the person I was with at the time had mental illness since diagnosed, and there was obviously no judgment for me. I loved him. I was like, cool. I never fully understood, though, what he was going through and the things that he'd do, and I'd be like, oh, you know, it's just the lack of understanding, because personally I hadn't gone through it, and I was trying to look at it as through the eyes of me, you know. And it wasn't until like later on, when I actually started suffering myself, that I really stood back and I was like, oh wow, you know, you were going through some stuff. And of course I was understanding, but there's only so much understanding you can do while you haven't gone through it personally. So anyway, I had a breakdown at my last year of university, and since then my mood has been low to the points of, you know, lowness. I've been on and off medication, and yeah, essentially, you know, 17, I'm 24 now, so it's been a few years, and things have really changed for me mentally, and it's kind of one of those things where you're really frustrated because, or me personally, I'm really frustrated because I look back and I think to myself, oh yeah, you know, I mean, I wasn't cool, but you know, I was there like doing my thing, you know. I wasn't so much in my head when I was younger, and you know, just things that I think a lot about now would not have bothered me then. And it's kind of that constant battle between, okay, this is who I am now, and obviously I am seeking help to get better, but also you know that you can't return to like the idealization of who you were, you know. So yeah, I really don't know what my point was there. I lost it. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is I have mental illnesses. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, and so recently during this quarantine, I just went through another breakup, which was a huge trigger for my kind of mental decline. And I had an episode actually about 2 weeks ago, and yeah, just reading through my diagnoses, you know, some of the things that they pointed out was unable to sleep at night. You know, I was experiencing quite, you know, dark thoughts. I was having difficulties at home because I had to move home, and relationships with people, both romantic and platonic, were just little minefields for me, like so low mood, you know, my appetite was going, motivation, and for work and stuff and activities, and I was just at higher risk. And you know, high risk, not a fun term, but I am very fortunate enough to be in a place where currently, and I need to stress this because I feel like, again, I don't want to come over as like I'm, you know, found the cure, but currently, today, right now, as I am doing my thing, I am currently very comfortable. If I have a problem, you know, calling up Samaritans, calling up my helpline, calling up my doctor, and being like, okay, this is a problem currently. However, previously, I would, you know, be not eating for days and then be crying in my room, lights blocked out, and, you know, not wanting to speak to anyone. And I think that the biggest thing that has changed for me is just swallowing my pride and being honest with myself and saying, you know, I am not the first person to have gone through this, and I'm not the last person to have who's going to go through this, and these people are here to help me. So I need to reach out and take some of this help because they care a lot more than I think. Yes. By the way, coping mechanism, if no one's picked up on it, I laugh very much. So when I feel uncomfortable or when something is just really hard to digest, I usually like cover it with a laugh. So yes, on to some things that have helped me. So I am a people person in the sense that I like love people. I'm the only person in my family who like hugs. I just love to like touch people and be around people. And obviously during times like this, you can't be touching people. You gotta be staying a distance. So I spend a lot of my time on FaceTime. My friends will like call me for literally hours. I will literally do things together, like I'll cook some food, they'll be typing. Just basic company, background noise, so you feel less alone. What else has been helping me? I discovered a YouTube channel which I will post below. It's architecture, so for all the creatives out there who just, you know, feeling a bit lost what am I trying to say? Lost creatively, which I actually was for quite a long time. There's this architecture channel to do with small homes, and just the minimalist nature of it all, and the way that it's recorded, and the way that, you know, it's set out, and the music they put to it, I would just watch a few of these videos and it would just make me feel so much better. Like, it's so much better of a headspace. So I'll link that below too. I just feel like a bro. Like, what else? I do a lot of things where I will suddenly, like when it's late at night or when I know I'm getting ready for bed or something, I close my windows, you know, have my medication, do whatever I need to do, lie in bed, closing my eyes, and I'll just talk to myself. So I'll say, "Hey Ruth, how you doing?" And I basically vocalize everything that's been going on for me in the day. You know, if I want to, you know, talk to someone, for example, you know, classic breakup, you want to be talking to your ex, maybe you shouldn't be talking to your ex. Yeah, close your eyes and you talk to them as if they're there. And it, although you don't get an answer, it's very therapeutic just letting it out, putting it out into the universe and being like, okay, this is how I feel. This is what's going on. Please accept this and take it off my chest. So talking out loud, talking to anyone, talking to the tree, talking to my plant, Moana, okay? I love plants. And I literally go around and I'm like, hey babies, how you doing? I love you and I need you. And I kind of like snuggle up. I'm not lying. I snuggle up and I give them a bit of a hug and I'm like, yeah, you know, you're growing, I'm growing. So glad we're growing together, you know? It's a great hoop. What else? So obviously you've got traditional ways of, you know, trying to help yourself, like medication. My medication was upped this quarantine, and honestly, I'm the type of person who, I love a good natural thing, okay? I out here being like paraben free, whatever free, you know, basically bad things free. That is like my life. And I despised when I first got medication. I was like, no, I don't want it. Oh, get it away from me. Like, I'm gonna be off it in 6 months. Don't put me on too much. And it's very hard for me to acknowledge that obviously the medication is there for a reason, and although it may not be for everyone, disclaimer, it really helped me. So just being honest with yourself and saying, okay, I need a bit of help, talk to my doctor. I don't like medication, but for the right now, for the situation I'm in, you know what, it's not gonna, hopefully, touch the wood, it's not gonna kill me to, you know, have a bit more of the stuff that kind of balances out the chemicals. Yeah. This is a smile because it's so uncomfortable. Hate medication, but so another thing that has helped me, which again I'm very, very fortunate to be able to access, is therapy. I have a therapist. Her name is Heather. She is the nicest person ever, and you know, she sees me every week, currently over Zoom, but usually in person. And again, as I said earlier, I'm quite a people person, so for me, in the past, I've been trying some therapies, okay? Maybe I'll make another different video on like the amount of therapies I've had and some of them traumatic experiences, but just talking to her every week, and finding someone who you can really be honest with, and someone who's really going to be open and not just listen to you but put you on the right path. I think that's very important. What Heather does is she looks at what I'm saying. Obviously, you know, she's there to give advice. Obviously, she's there to listen. And she's there to question your thoughts, and that's what's really important. You know, she is a trained professional. She knows, you know, from an intellectual background, you know, how to get yourself on a better path. When I be saying to her, hey Heather, today I ate some cake, that was it, she'd be like, Ruth, you need 3 meals a day and you need some nutrients. And I'd be like, Heather, that be true? And she'd be like, yes, Ruth, I know. She doesn't speak like that. She's no. But yeah, so obviously I'm very aware that it is something that not many people are able to access, because, you know, the cost barrier, and especially now because, you know, having a situation where people are at home all the time, it's not good for anyone's mental health. And I feel like now resources like that are being, you know, used up because, you know, you don't have anywhere else to go. So some great suggestions to that would be to talk to your doctor, because the doctors, even though the waiting time is long and can be long depending on your area, yeah, talk to your doctor, see what they can do, like on healthcare or on NHS, and also what I used to do, because I've been self-employed for quite a while, and sometimes, you know, sometimes some months be good, sometimes some months be not so good, some months I'm literally so depressed that I can't work. So what I do is actually I type in low cost therapy in my area, and there are so many charities. I'll link the ones from Oxford, or the ones that I've found in places that I've lived, but there are so many charities that are just great. You know, when I wasn't working, you know, I'd have to pay like maybe £2 a session, or like £5 a session, which, you know, in like for a professional's time who's gonna help you, you know, £5 a session is not it's obviously it's a great price, essentially. So yeah, there are lots of people who will, you know, maybe offer not you know, qualified professionals, but professionals that are training if you need therapies that isn't so, you know, hardcore. But yeah, typing in low cost therapy or like charities, a lot of mental health charities are out there doing things, and I just want to thank them for, because they be doing God's work, okay? They be out here fixing minds and helping you. So yeah, this video has actually been just quite a rambling, but I will just put some of the things down there that have helped me, because I can, and because, you know, I'm not really used to talking to a camera, so, you know, some of the things in my head are just like blah, 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 blah. They're flying out is what I'm trying to say. They're all over the place. So yeah, I guess it is just a word of encouragement. Like, you know, today I am grateful for the mindset I've woken up in. I'm grateful that, you know, today I feel a bit motivated. I took a shower, you know, tick. Also, praising yourself for doing good things. Yesterday, I woke up, brilliant. You know how many people don't wake up on a daily basis? I went downstairs with my legs, brilliant. Hello, do you know how many people are bedbound? I ate some food, brilliant. You know how many days I've gone sometimes without eating food. I put on an exercise video, worked out for a whole hour. I mean, where was my prize? I'm just saying, big goal. And I had a shower, brilliant. Washed myself. Do you know how many people are finding it hard to help with their daily hygiene, okay? And then I sat down and watched some TV. And I think sometimes you forget, I forget definitely, that that right there was bloody brilliant, you know, like, it sounds stupid, but just the little things, just getting up, God, can be so hard sometimes. And, you know, there are some days where you can't get up. And again, that is okay. You want to sit in bed? You do it. Please stop feeling ashamed of yourself. The amount of times I have just woken up, literally, maybe opened a blind, opened my laptop, stared at videos, closed my laptop, drunk 1 cup of water. That ain't doing nothing for anyone, but anyway, at least I've been drinking 1 cup and instead of no cups. Did I brush my teeth? No. Did I shower? Absolutely not. And then got back into bed. That's a day for me sometimes. And, you know, it's just about taking those days and just being like kind to yourself and just saying, you know what, I did all I could do today, and that is okay. And so yeah, it's just kind of practicing self-love and all of that jazz, which I am very bad at, but it is literally just day by day being kind to yourself and being like, you know, I am out here doing what I can do. And maybe sometimes in the back of my head I think to myself, well, you know, Ruth, you could be doing more, boo. But you know what? I'm taking what you're giving me, and I'm gonna celebrate it anyway. And so yeah, just a parting message from me, and this absolutely random video is just do you, and be brave. Not in the sense that you have to go and save people from castles, but in the sense that brave enough to face another day, especially when I know mindsets can be very tentative and very tricky and very dark place. A message to me, basically, or people who are just not feeling great, or people who are on the mend. Just keep going. You, I'm looking at you, are a star. You are pure magic, and the world doesn't deserve you. And you are so strong, and I know whatever okay looks like for you, you will be okay. Yeah. This video wasn't actually that bad. It's long, I tell you. I pressed start like 3 times, so that's at least 45 minutes. No one's gonna sit through this for 45 minutes. But you know, if you are just looking for something to watch, I've said this about 1 million times, so I don't really know who I'm saying it to anymore, because I'm saying it again. So yeah, that is it. Have a good day, or just have a day. You have a day, okay? Love you. Take care. Goodbye.